First of all, every disease or pest, first you have to identify the primary cause, the reasons. So let us see what are the reasons for citrus decline. Especially the crop, which is a crop, mostly the farmers will grow on steep slopey areas also, where soil erosion causes, and also leaching of nutrients is very heavy, even in high altitude areas. So second one is lack of quality planting material. So only in few institutes and research stations and registered nurseries, farmers are getting the quality planting material. Whereas so many private nurseries are there where there is no certified quality planting material. So this is one of the big factor for citrus. Next, excessive intercropping with exhaustive crops. Because in horticultural crops, especially in citrus, 3-4 years gap will be there after planting. So plant to plant 6 meters distance, there is a lot of space will be available for the farmer to grow intercrops. But exhaustive crops, they will grow, so many people will grow exhaustive crops like sesame, maize, even red gram, like that, where even the solanaceous crops, brinjal, tomato, chilies, which causes secondary cause for decline of orchards. So exhaustive crops should not be grown as intercrops in citrus. They can grow groundnut, pulses, green gram, black gram, even melons, likewise marigold, cluster bean, like that they can grow as intercrops. And the next thing is poor orchard management practices. Especially when it comes to the citrus, sweet orange will give 2 to 3 main crops. Whereas in acid lime, it continuously give the yields except August month. So regular orchard management practices, that is good governance, should be there. So as a last resort, incidence of insect pests and diseases, especially root rots, bacterial canker, are the major one regarding diseases, and viral diseases also causes this decline of citrus. And next, if we think for the remedial measures and the developments for rejuvenation of a decline orchard, because especially up to 15 years, the plants will grow and give high yields. After 15 years, recently, they are becoming decline. There are 2 types of decline we can observe. There is slow decline and also quick decline also. So according to the plantations and area wise, for terrace slopey areas, the preparation of half moon tree basins should be done. Likewise, periodical removal of water shoots, that is up to 3 years, we have to train the plants. Afterwards, we have to prune all the dry and diseased twigs. And especially in the older orchards, this lichen, mosses, and parasites are also will be there. That has to be removed and burnt. And finally, pest and disease management. That is, regularly you have to check and monitor the pest and diseases, and we have to manage in IDM model. So if you see for the soil and climate, deep well drained loamy soils, that is the red loamy soils, are well suitable. Likewise, the pH of the soil to 6.5 to 7.5. The EC of water is also very important. It should less than 1 deci. But if we see across the acid lime growing areas, the pH is very high. At the same time, the electrical conductivity of water is also high in major acid lime growing areas. So how to manage this pH and how to make the soil neutral, and at the same time have to get down the water easy also. Likewise, the water should not be logged in the soils, especially in some districts of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. During rainy seasons, water logging will be there. So this plant is very sensitive crop. So water logging should not be there. And a dry climate should be there with 500 to 70 mm of rainfall is sufficient, and well-defined summer and winter season is also ideal for growing this citrus. So the extreme temperature should be up to 25 and more, and even the high temperatures, even though it is ideal at 25 degrees Celsius, it can be grown up to 40 degrees centigrade, but it won't tolerate cold and extreme temperatures. Next, coming to the diseases of citrus, these are the list of diseases of citrus. That is, you all know that is gummosis. That is two types. There is Phytophthora gummosis and Diplodia gummosis. And another one, dry root rot, is a major fungal complex where 40 to 45% of orchards are vanishing due to this dry root rot disease. And next one is canker, bacterial canker caused by Xanthomonas hexanophores pathova citri, which is a dreaded disease. Even roots are causing bacterial canker, and the entire plants are also collapsing. Wherever the acid lime crop is growing, this canker is 99% is there in all the local varieties. Next, felt is there in some areas of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. And likewise, another thing, nematodes, these Thailand semi-penetrans and Melidoian species. Wherever acid lime is growing or citrus is growing, even for sweet orange, acid lime, these nematodes is a major role they are playing, complexing with root rot and even day and night temperatures. And leaf fall is more due to these nematodes, and even the plants are dry. Next is Trichia virus, we all know. And next is greening disease, where caused by Candidus liberobacter asiaticus. Two types are there, Candidus liberobacter africanum is also there, but greening in our states, the liberobacter asiaticum is more. Next, if you see individually how what are the economic importances and how the spread of the disease and how to manage this gummosis, there is widespread in some other states like Punjab and Assam. These lemons are highly susceptible and compared to our sweet orange and rough lemons. In southern India, it is more common in sweet orange. Top staying of the bark, which progress into the wood also. So in such things, major portion affected by this disease is gummosis on the stem portion, especially on the stem portion.
Sir, Govindarajulu sir.
Tell me.
Yes, sir. Screen was not being shared, sir.
Yeah. Shiv Prasad, is it okay?
So now it's visible, sir.
So, if you see the bark on the stem portion, the parts dries and shrinks, cracks, and even shredding lengthwise vertical strips also. So, likewise, there is profuse exudation of gum from the bark of the trunk portion. And prior to death, it usually profuse flowering and fruiting will be observed, and the plant, usually blossoms heavily and dies with the immature fruits. If we see the favorable conditions, there is so many factors. Prolonged contact of trunk with water in flood irrigation, especially in some states where the electricity is free. The farmers are using automatic starters, and they are giving flood irrigation to the entire orchard at a time, continuously for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, without quantification also. So when the trunk portion is flooded with the irrigation, there is a lot of chances of coming this gummosis, even for along with the mechanical damages also. Next one is waterlogged areas and in the heavy soils also, that it is the predispose of the disease is very high. In black soils, the incidence is more rather than the light soils and red loomy soils. And next, high water table content. If you dug for 4 meters, if water is available, and that too, especially in rice bowled crop based systems, wherever the rice crop is going, we should not grow this citrus down to the paddy fields, because their water table is very high, so causing of this gummosis is also very high. And also high rainfall areas, this is seen mostly in high rainfall areas also. The mode of spread and survival is the oospores as a dormant mycelium. It survives the sporania and zoospore spreads by even splashing rainwater and also irrigation water. So what preventive measures we have to take regarding this gummosis? We have to, first of all, selection of proper site with proper adequate drainage, and the bud sticks, especially for sweet orange, while planting it should be 30 to 40 centimeters above only to the bud joint should be above for the soil. Next, double ring method of irrigation, which is somewhat better than the flood irrigation, where we have to make 3 parts from the stem to the outer ring, and 2 parts in only outer 2 parts we have to give irrigation or even fertilization. That is the double ring method. Well, avoidance of irrigation water from direct contact with the trunk. So many even basin methods. In basin method, channel methods, they will give sufficient more water rather than required. So that should be avoided. And while doing intercultural operations, we should not injure the crown roots or base of the stem with implements. And at the same time, we should not cultivate frequently during the entire season. So if any diseased plant uprooted, even through mechanical damage also, the healthy plants can also cause the disease. So resistant varieties, sweet orange rootstocks for propagating. And next, the only thing it is available, that is Bodo paste, or even with the zinc sulfate, the copper sulfate, and lime with 5:1:4, up to 60 centimeters trunk portion every year, even once a year, or otherwise even June, July once, and December, January 2 times, we can paste that trunk portion. Next, coming to the curative measures, if you see the photograph, cut surfaces, generally we have to paste with the Borax paste. Even this 0.3% versatile layer, that is LHA, reduces the spread of the disease. And soil drenching is compulsory with the 0.2% metalaxyl, and even this after drenching, a week of interval, even trichoderma vidi mixture or can be used for as a curative measure. Next gummosis is these diplodia gummosis, which is caused by Diplodia natalensis, where it occurs commonly in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and other states also, especially on and acid lime. Shows during summer season. The gum oozes on the junction of the branches, stems, even twigs also. The profuse gum, here you see the profuse oozing of the gum here to the stem juncture. So crotches will ridges at crotches will developed from large limbs are also killed and left unchecked. The whole entire tree may also killed in course of time. So sometimes branches will also break and from the infected portion also. So what are the favorable conditions due to reduction of tree vigor also? So recommended dose of fertilizers, INM, IDM, recommended dose of fertilizers on irrigation, proper irrigation should be given. And even during the insect damage also, it disposes. And malnutrition in age-old trees, especially in age-old trees due to malnutrition also, this one is more thing. Next, coming to this spread and survival, epithelial bodies appear that this is a bark which can be moved as a frogs, and this one also Conaria, Pycneria spores, by air also, rain and insects also spreads and disseminates. Next, management, the tree should be kept in a vigorous growing condition. And then the bark and the limbs, it is very difficult practically to paste the Bodo paste in limbs and all those things. But in short trees, we can do it, but we can spray 1% Bodo mixture after removal of these dried and diseased twigs. And these gummed portions of the affected branch will be removed and cut surface will be protected. After 15 days of pasting the limbs or spraying with 1% Bodo mixture, 15 days interval, even we can go for second spraying, that is 0.1% carbendazim on the affected limbs and to the entire canopy of so next, coming to the one of the dreaded disease, that is dry root rot disease. In Andhra Pradesh, this dry root rot disease is caused by Fusarium solani. In some areas, it is Diplodia, and in some areas, even Macrophomina fesfolina, they are isolated. This dry root rot is a major problem, not only in Andhra Pradesh, in other states also, in both sweet orange acid lime and also in acid lime. So in Tamil Nadu, also it is lot of economic importance for this crop damages causes. So if you see the symptoms, mainly it shows the moist decay of root bark in the early stages. Later, slowly the bark becomes dry and shredded with the hard threaded wood underneath. If you see here, root portion is shedding of the root the dead wood, even it discolors. If you see the affected trees, initially it shows yellowing of foliage and also even bare necks. So these affected, if you collect some of the roots and it emits a foul odor also. So peeling of the bark of the affected roots and formation of sclerotia is a common thing. So these are the initial symptoms. If you see the photograph, where this is the initial thing where only one branch will be drooped, so that this is the initial stage. And next stage is the profuse flowering and excessive fruiting, and slowly and gets dries. You see here in acid lime, one thing is there, partially only one stem will dry at a time. Usually the decline will be taken in all the to the entire plant. So in this is the decayed roots at the base of the root system, where the roots have been decayed. So there are so many favorable conditions and predisposing factors. If you see here, excessive moisture, proper maintenance of moisture in the plant bases, either through the drip irrigation or double ring type of irrigation is best for this root rot disease. And there should not be direct contact of the trunk with irrigation water. If you, people, farmers usually give a lot of water, more than sufficient, so that there will be a contact the stem portion, and even there is no aeration for the root system also, especially in heavy soils and poor soils. Due to poor aeration also, dry root rot will occur. And frequent injuries during intercultivation operations or with implements. Next, excessive manuring at long intervals. And I mean, chemical fertilizers, especially chemical fertilizers, should not be given through trench method. We should not make trenches, and we should not adapt that method for application of chemical fertilizers. If the chemical fertilizers directly contact with the shallow roots and also even crown roots, there is a lot of chances instead of this. So another thing is close planting. There should be sufficient aeration and space ventilation for plant to plant. That is our recommendation is 6 into 6 meters. But that requires 100 plants. But some of the farmers will go for close planting. That is, even they will go for 120, 150 plants per acre. And also lack of sufficient moisture. And there should not be, when there is rains, it is a lot of moisture will be there. During summer season, there is lack of sufficient moisture. So these things should not be there. Fluctuation of irrigation should not be there. Have to give optimum irrigation even during rainy season, during summer season, and inadequate supply of nitrogen. So many acid lime growers think that nitrogen, urea, causes twig blight and bacterial canker is more, which is not correct actually. For growing of the plant from first year to even 8 years, 9 years, 10 years also, there is a recommended dose of N. We have to give N along with P and K also. Next is defective soil. One should, while citrus is one of the crop where soil is the primary cause for causing soil for growing soil-borne pathogens and even root rots, gummosis. So the defective soil should be tested even before planting for new plantations. Soil should be checked. I mean, soil test and water test should be done. In some areas, there is rocks will be there. In most of the calcareous soils, where hard pan below 3 meters or 4 meters are there, it is not good for growing this acid lime crop or sweet orange. Hard pan, if it is there, we have to avoid growing citrus in that hard pan, because up to 5 years it will come up very quickly, and afterwards the plant won't grow, and even the plant dries from upward to downward. And next one, soil air moisture is also one of the factor, and subsoil leads to inadequate oxygen to the root system, also causes this dry root rot disease. How to manage this thing? First of all, we have to identify the trees, which trees are with primary symptoms. If we see, I mean, after irrigation, 24 hours after irrigation or a rainy day, the next day during afternoon, if you go and see the orchard, some of the trees we can see which are even after irrigation, they are in drooping branches and drooping leaves will be seen. So that that tree is affected with root rot disease. We have to confirm that is caused by root rot disease, Fusarium solani, where the primary symptom is there. So immediately, if we start treatment for that one, the plant can be recovered. So after seeing that one, we have to check the even root system, and is there any damages, one or two roots, we can paste it by cutting and removing this, and we have to avoid deep ploughing or digging, which are likely to injure roots also. So continuous ploughing should not be done. Some farmers will plough, those who are having tractor, continuously in citrus orchards for removal of weeds, but it is not I mean, good management practice. And another thing is mulching with organic I mean agricultural waste materials, leaf mulch, or if we grow in the interspaces, if we grow like sun hemp, diancha, pillipesara, alasanda, that leaf can be mulched for the basins every year, so that the pH will be reduced, and even if there is any calcareous hard stones are there, it will be vanished, and the soil will be suitable for that one. So mulching with green leaves, manure crops, or windbreaks have to put during the establishment of the citrus orchards, like neem trees, likewise glyricidia. If we put along this one glyricidia leaf can also be used, and neem leaf can also be used for mulching purpose. And next, after identifying the preliminary conditions of the disease, immediately drench the plant basins with the 1% boron mixture or 0.1% carbendazim, that is Bavestin, at the rate of 1 liter per square meter area of the plant basin. For larger plants, more basin will be there, 10 to 15 liters. For small, I mean below 10 years old plants, liters is more than sufficient. So we have to enrich the trichoderma with the neem cake and farmyard manure, keeping incubated for 3-4 days, so that this trichoderma viridii will be multiplied fastly, and it should be applied even during June, July, that is pre-monsoon period, and after December, that is after post-monsoon period, 2 times where the identified trees should be given 10 kg per plant, whereas even for normal plants and healthy plants, we can give 5 kg per plant, so that the trichoderma will be multiplied in the soil, and it automatically reduces the soil-borne pathogens. Recently, from AICRP citrus, they have given one more trichoderma isolate, that is trichoderma risi, at the rate of 100 grams, and Pseudomonas fluorescens 100 grams multiplied in neem cake at the rate of 2 kg with farmyard manure 25 kg. And this enriched with the trichoderma and Pseudomonas can be given as for the diseased root rot plants. And another dreaded disease is citrus canker. You all know citrus canker will be seen on leaves, twigs, fruits, even on roots also. So if the fruit is with the citrus canker pustules in the market, they won't accept even for minimum rate also. So there is a lot of economic importance, because the absolute fruit produce is the main ingredient here. It is not visible?
Yes, sir. It's not visible.
Is it okay? Hello?
No, sir. It's not shared, sir.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it audible?
Yeah, it's audible, sir.
Okay, okay. Here internet is not.
Yeah.
Okay, I will share one. Is it visible now? Hello?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Okay. So there is a lot of economic importance for this citrus canker disease. It is reported wherever acid lime or sweet orange or other malta is growing, or other varieties also. It is reported in all the states wherever acid lime or citrus is growing. If you see here the symptoms, the photograph shows neatly. There is canker pustules here on the leaves, and likewise the twigs of the plants, even in the early stages, during pre-bearing stage also, the canker causes a lot of damage for the twigs also. Ultimately, from whenever, even if it occurs on leaves, the leaves will be drooped. But whereas on twigs, even on stems, it won't go, even after spraying so many things. But it can be stopped with some chemicals, not to, spread during the rainy season. Even during rainy season, along with rains, the winds will also be there. So, due to thorny nature of the twigs, it spreads like anything. So, you see here the symptoms of the bacterial canker on leaves, twigs, and fruits, even on thorns also. So, this corkiness pustules, brown eruptive pustules, will be seen on the major characteristic symptom. So, as usual, if there is pustules, there is no market value, and leaves defoliation will occur, and fig and stem causes dieback symptoms also. And sometimes the plants remain stunted, and There will be a chick blight also, and the fruit yields also considerably reduced. So the favorable conditions will be in rainy season only, especially during rainy season. This bacterial canker, in low temperatures during nighttime and some low temperatures even in the winter season, rainy season, it's that causes favorable for spread and survival of this bacterial canker. So if you see here, bacteria overwinters in leaf, twig, and fruit, and also even on thorns, and it infects leaves for 6 months and survives on that one. Even after defoliation of the leaves, when it is dropped on the soil plant basin, even it multiplies fastly, and it may cause damage to the roots also. The roots are affected, entire plant will be collapsed slowly. So this is one of the dreaded disease, which not only causes production losses, even for the entire plant life of the plant, the age of the plant will also be reduced. During rainy season, automatically rain splashes will be there. Or leaves when it falls on the lower leaves, right? Automatically the spread will be there. So how to manage this thing? So first of all, in many practices, recently during the year 2017, from Citrus Research Station, Petlur, we have released one Petlur acid lime variety after 17 years of research with so many multi-locations in Andhra Pradesh in different agroclimatic zones. This is now the best variety, Petlur acid lime, for bacterial canker disease, where there is negligible incidence of bacterial canker, even during rainy season, or even if we put that plant, Petlur acid lime plant, in the local variety also, there is no spread of the disease. In early stages, it is seen on the leaves and it droops. Gradually, if the plant comes to bearing stage, it gets the field resistance, and this is the one of the wonderful variety where the adaptation is there in Andhra Pradesh. Not only in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, even other states like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Haryana. We have supplied even to Haryana these plants, and Karnataka, Chennai. So wherever presently we have supplied, so far there is no any disadvantages regarding this Petlur acid lime variety. Earlier, ASAP citrus released Balaji. This is also one of the wonderful variety where there is negligible bacterial resistance. There is a lot of tolerance for the bacterial canker. But compared to Balaji and Petlur acid lime is giving somewhat more yields, juice percentage is more, and also shelf life. So the people, those who want to establish new orchards, they should go for this bacterial canker tolerant varieties like Petlur acid lime and Balaji. And pruning during early showers, we have to prune all the twigs and branches affected with the bacterial canker, and it should be burnt. But it should not be kept along the fence. So many people kept as for animal trespass, but this is not good. Practice. So we should not keep canker infected twigs or and periodical bactericide. Here we have recommendation of this spraying with plus 1 gram of water at fortnightly intervals during rainy season. That is early and during rains one spraying and after rains spraying some. And at the same time, we have to manage the leaf miner also, because due to this leaf miner, when the leaf miner in tender leaves, it mines the leaf. So wherever there is mining, this bacterial canker will spread during the rainy season. So simultaneously, we have to manage leaf miner also. So for those who are going for Pettur, acid lime or Balaji, these sprayings can be minimized. Around 5,000 to 6,000 rupees can be used as an input for the farmer during this, planting of establishment of Pettur acid lime variety. So next, next is in areas. Even in this year, I've seen this felt disease. The entire twigs and branches will dry. So drying of symptoms will occur. Twigs will there and branches will also dry simultaneously. So in this of with monocrotophos and chinab during the onset of the monsoon. Next one is nematodes. Now the learning problem in citrus. So citrus root knot, nematode, this Tylenculus semipenetrans, and that is causing slow decline. So ultimately, there is a sparse foliage and crown limbs will be exposed, and the dull gray green leaves smaller than normal. That means little leaf will be seen on the plant, and upright and coupled and can the major symptoms. And also the size of the fruits will be reduced and falls before the maturity. So this twig dieback and general tritriness leaves. If we see the plant in the midday, to be in a dieback condition or in a general tritriness condition. But if after irrigation, it automatically rejuvenates. This is one of the symptom identifier for the tomatoes. And decline automatically, it slowly be there. And so if we cut the root, we can see the nodules on that one, and from that also we can identify it as a nematodes. For that one, we have to use bulky organic manures and organic soil organic amendments like castor cake, neem cake, mustard cake. In some areas, Vijayanagaram, Vizag, like that, even Mahua cake will be available. That can also be incorporated. Organic amendments and also green leaf manuring and farmyard manure also. Recommended dose of farmyard manure we have to use. And if the nematodes infection is the incidence is more in the trees, even we can go for this aldicarb granules, that is and that is the Phenomephos nemator also, followed by irrigation. So we have to give irrigation after application of these 4-8 granules or 60 granules. Next, this Bacillomyces liliaceus is one of the best fungus which is available even commercially for these nematodes. Every year, if we add this Bacillomyces liliaceus along with the farmyard manure and the neem cake, this Tylenculus semipenetrans drastically reduces. And one more research result is there: if you grow marigold, so that in citrus orchard, then the nematodes will vanish. Even we can go for onion, garlic also. And the next, use of resistant stocks for especially sweet orange, but that is not, for our state. Next is spraying twice with monocrotophos and ginabum for this outset of the monsoon at monthly intervals. See the viral diseases. Lastly, this is the major role where this tristigia or quick decline is the major cause for vanishing the entire citrus industry. Was first reported in Florida in USA, especially in citrus aurantifolia, acid lime, sweet orange, and even in Florida also. In India, Trista is present in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab, Bihar, West Bengal, and Sikkim also. All kinds of citrus plants, primarily the orange, grapefruit, and lime, any group will infect this Trista viruses. This consisting of typical symptom like a quick or chronic tree decline or severe on trees propagated on sour orange rootstock. Wherever there is the sour orange rootstock, this Trista virus may cause this quick decline. So the name Trista is the appearance of the disease citrus trees. Next, one of the indicator plant, as usual, boxy lime, that is paper lime, is one of the indicator plant for CTV detection. Here, if you see the symptoms, there is chlorotic and sickly appearance in early stages affected trees, and there is vein flecking is also there. If you see here, the vein flecking will be seen. So vein flecking will be seen, and this vein clearing or vein flex leaves of acid lime is seen intermittently when viewed against the sun. The characteristic symptoms, we can see this chlorotic and sickly vein flex will be seen. The trees automatically dies gradually, and sometimes entire tree also suddenly dies. If you see here, the stem pitting is one of the characteristic symptoms. If you see the stems by removing the stem upper portion, you will see stem pittings, the twigs and branches also. In acid lime, which is highly susceptible to disease, linear pits will be seen, even small ticks also. So Trista infected citrus trees are sour orange rootstocks, where the phloem necrosis will be there, so that the upward transmission of water and nutrients will not be there. So automatically the tree dies. So this is the trees stem pitting and stunted and less fruits. See, this is the symptom. The fruits are smaller size and with poor quality also. Insipid fruits. If you cut the fruit, there is aborted seed also with insipidness. So grapefruit and asylum are in respect of the root stocks. It's very susceptible. Next, this filamentous virus, 1000 nanometers long and 10 to nm in width. And CTV virus, the mode of survival and spread is with even and the secondary one is with Toxoptera citricida. So we have to manage this Toxoptera citricida fields, and this is the management practices. This quarantine measure to be enforced, and use of bud free of this city. And we have to rogue all the disease trees whenever we notice the symptoms. And the fresh plantings will be taken up with the virus-free planting material, stock like and for sweet orange and mandarins. For sweet orange, so these are the things with citrus Diphtheria virus. And next, next the Rangapur lime is the recommended rootstock for that one. And in Punjab, it is a different Cleopatra mandarin and sweet orange are recommended as the rootstocks. For acid lime, there is no need of grafts or buddlings, but whereas there is a lot of chances for cross protection studies, and even the mild strains can be used if you want to go for and the periodical sprays like insecticides should be sprayed at the rate of 0.5 ml or 4 ml, and dimethiate 2 ml per liter at regular intervals to check the sex spread of the disease. So greening. This is Candida Liberobacter asiatic. This is the one of the Karnataka, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, wherever the citrus growing area is there. The disease is more severe on sweet oranges, lime, mandarin, and grapefruits. In India, Mozambique sweet orange and Darjeeling orange are good indicator plants for greening. These are the symptoms. This is very chlorotic patterns. So circular green islands with the chlorotic area. Heavy leaf fall will be there during the onset of the monsoon. Fruit drop will also be there. Trees with the stunted growth can the symptoms where healthy leaves are there like this, whereas these are all the affected leaves, which resembles like zinc deficiency. But farmers usually think that is zinc deficiency. But if you spray even the micronutrient, it won't changes. So then it is compulsorily identified as. So this is the rim surface. Even the sun, even the rim surface exposed to the sun appears yellow. Dull green, brittle of the fruits also. These fruits will become small size distortion, low in juice, and also soluble solids and insipid taste. If you see here, the poor seeds are also poorly developed. So by seeing the fruits also we can identify that this is whether it is. This is also occurs with green blotches on the. Some branches of a tree exhibits whereas other same tree apparently normal also. So these are the symptoms. Chlorotic with the green veins. Mode of spread is that is Diaphana citrae. The disease also transmits from citrus to periwinkle, where through dodder also. For management things, we have to select certified disease-free seedlings only. And at the same time, management, with integrated management, we have to control psyllids with insecticides like dimethiate, regularly whenever the emerges. And we have to use pathogen-free but good for propagation. So thank you very much. The participants to ask their queries.
Thank you, sir. Sir, thank you very much, sir, for giving information on different diseases and the reasons for citrus plants to expose to different climatic conditions, different soil factors that are responsible for this aggravation of diseases and their management practices, all are explained with excellent photographs and PowerPoint presentation. And I think all participants are they gained information on management of different diseases in citrus, and all symptoms are also observed through photographs, nice photographs. Now I request all the student participants, if they are having any doubts or any queries, please put them in chat box, or you can ask directly by unmuting yourself, and please ask questions. I request all student participants to interact with the sir.
So do the insect pests contribute to citrus decline, or citrus decline is exclusively for pathological diseases only?
Hello, your name, please. Hello.
Sir, I want to ask you that, sir. Am I audible? So your voice is breaking, like
Yeah,
your voice
Jagjit
is not
Singh is
clear.
speaking.
So
Okay,
I'm
now
typing my question in chat box. Actually, your voice is breaking.
Tell me your name. Jagit Singh, sir.
hello.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Jagjit Singh. Jagjit
Jagit
Singh, are
Singh,
you
sir.
hearing my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I'm hearing your voice. Sir, I
Yeah.
want to ask
Your
you that,
question is only diseases will cause decline in citrus.
or insect pests also,
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah. Very good question. Not only disease, disorders of plants. There are so many disorders in citrus, especially zinc deficiency is there, iron deficiency is there, boron deficiency is there, copper deficiency is there, manganese, magnesium. All these micronutrients are also last 5 years we have surveyed so many orchards. Wherever we go, this blanketly we can recommend this micronutrients recommendation. So the citrus decline is caused by not only with diseases, pests, even with disorders of the plants. Okay.
Okay, sir. Does it also include insect pests and all?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next. Divyashri, tell me.
Sir, what is pre-immunization, sir?
Huh?
Pre-immunization.
Pre-immunization for what? Certified planting material will be there. That means now we have seen during budding, we have to choose the right root which is tolerant or resistant to that particular disease or anything. That the plant will give immunity automatically. Field resistance in acid lime, especially in acid lime, we will select clones which are good in yields, which are tolerant to canker disease. Selections will be there. For that, the selections already they are imposed. The host resistance is more important than the other things, isn't it? Afterwards, cross protection studies. Host resistance is very important. So in selections, host resistance plays a key plant immunity, and stages 1 to 3 years the disease may occur, but after growing due to field resistance, the entire plant will be tolerant for bacterial canker disease. That is one example I am telling for.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Next one. Okay, madam, is there any questions? Swarajya Lakshmi madam, Ruth madam.
In chat box, sir.
Tell me.
When all these any diseases, symptoms of all decline, wilt, nematode damage, if they are, how to observe them practically, how to identify them? That is the question. It is there in chat box, sir. Differentiate between symptoms of wilt, decline, and nematode damage, sir.
Okay, fine. Already you have discussed about the nematodes, the symptomatology, even characteristic symptoms. Little leaf for nematode, that is reducing of the leaf size, and also that means if you see the roots, there will be root knots that resembles the nematode infection, whereas wilt and decline may cause due to several factors. So predisposing factors we have to see. For example, dry root rot disease, excessive flowering, profuse fruiting for one branch in acid lime especially. Then it is, we can say that it is caused by root rot disease. Even with complex nature, not only root knot, nematodes, even with soil-borne pathogens, it may cause complex disease. So we have to identify with symptomatology, and then only we can say that this disease caused due to this characteristic symptom.
Thank you, sir, for your nice presentation.
Dr. Ramaya garu, do you
Welcome,
have
madam.
any?
Thank you very much.
Thank
Nice
you,
to
sir.
see your associate dean, Dr. B. Srinivasulu. How are you?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your excellent presentation on this citrus diseases and their management. I think the today's participants have benefited a lot by your excellent presentation on this citrus diseases and their management. I think this is, as you know, that this is one of the very prestigious program that our university has been organizing for the benefit of the final year students. I think for the past nearly 1 month, it has crossed 1 month also. This program is being continuing, and this is the 23rd lecture. Am I correct, Swarajya Lakshmi garu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today is 23rd session, sir.
23rd session.
Yes, sir.
23rd session, I think, has been completed today. And we are very much thankful to you, sir, for your kind acceptance and giving very good lecture on this citrus diseases topic. And on behalf of entire faculty here, College of Horticulture, Anantarajpeta, and also on behalf of all the participants of today's program, I extend my heartfelt thanks to you, sir, for your nice presentation and sparing your valuable time for the benefit of our students. I think you also cleared many doubts from the participant side. And Dr. Ramaya, you have anything to say? Ramaya garu.
Dr. Ramaya garu. Very good evening. Nice to see you after a long time during this COVID-19 pandemic.
Anything you want to? I think he is in. I think he's traveling in a bus. Maybe
Oh.
signal is not good.
Okay.
Okay, sir. On behalf of
So,
this organizing committee and also the course directors and from the student side, I once again extend my heartfelt thanks to you for giving an excellent topic on this citrus diseases and their management. And the photographs also I have seen, though I could not able to, follow entire lecture because of some other work. At the end, I have seen some of your slides. They were of excellent quality, especially the disease symptoms and also the protocol you have given for the management of all the diseases. They are of high importance, keeping in view of the major disease, that is citrus decline and dry root rot, canker. Those were of high, they are of most important nowadays because they are very prevalent in our state as well as in other states also, wherever this softwood is being cultivated, and also acid lime is also one of the other crop, citrus crop that is being cultivated on a large scale. I think our student, they got much benefited by your talk. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence today with us.
Welcome. As a man of citrus, I will be available at any time. So this is citrus year. We all people, have to educate students regarding this citrus industry entrepreneurship. So
Yes,
citrus is one of the most important crop nowadays for anti-cancer elements, C vitamins. So one of the ingredient is there. So let us see how best we can, educate students regarding this throughout these all episodes. You can call me at any episode, no issue. I will be, as a citrus man, I will be available with you throughout this year.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your nice words. I think we have already taken, I think, a lot of help from you. I think you have guided many of our students who are there in RAVE program.
Yes.
I think continuously they are being sent to, Petlur to guide under your leadership there. And we expect continuous, support from Dr. Govindarajulu sir, for which we are very much thankful.
Sir, now I
Most welcome. I wish you all the best
Prasad
for
garu.
Dr. Swaraj madam.
I request somebody,
Dr.
Swaraj
Ramaya,
garu.
Shivaprasad garu, sir. Shivaprasad.
May I now request Dr.